What up guys, here is a Mexican inspired meal prep video. These are some of the few dishes that I made. I made one breakfast, 2 lunch options, and 2 dinner options. So to get started, we'll be using some fresh produce. We have purple onion, 2 limes, I have 2 different colored bell peppers, avocado, cilantro, and a few cherry tomatoes. The way I like to de-seed my bell peppers is by cutting around the stem and just pulling that out. Usually all the seed comes out with it. Just tap the bottom of it and take out the excess seeds that might be laying at the bottom. So for our bell peppers, we'll be cutting it in 2 styles. We'll be cutting a few strips for our fajita and onion style mix, and then we'll be cutting some cubes to add to some of our recipes later on in the video. So we're going to do that to both the orange and the red peppers. And probably about half of that pepper we are going to cut into cubes. So let's see how many times I can say in this voiceover. But I mean, this is my first video. I'm nervous. So let me be, please. Thank you very much. So for our purple onions, we're going to cut it straight down the middle in half, and so we can see those layers, and we're just going to cut a few strips for, like I said, for our fajita, and then we're going to cut a few cubes. So the middle part of the onion is pretty young and there's no layers left. We're going to take those out because, I mean, they ain't serving no purpose, so throw those nasties out. And just cut up a few of those stripped onions into little cubes. For our cilantro, I did it very simple. I just washed it under the water and cut it right off from the stems. So just try to cut it up very finely all the way to the stems. We won't be using the stems in this recipe, but we will try to get all the leaves off. So once you get down to the stem, just try to cut around, and if you have to pick off the leaves like I did, pick them off and then cut them up very finely at the end. So try to get as much as that cilantro because that's the good stuff. That's what makes it Mexican inspired, I guess. That's what makes it Mexican flavored. I don't know. For our cherry tomatoes, we'll be cutting them in 4s. So I just cut them in half and then cut the halves in halves. And this we'll be using in our guacamole, our corn salsa, a few other recipes. I guess you'll see later on, so don't let me jump the gun, you know. I use about half a pint of those cherry tomatoes, so use as much as you need. So we're going to start off our first recipe. We're going to be making some breakfast cups, and this clip here you saw 4 eggs, but really I used 6 altogether. So if you can go ahead and use a bigger container and add 6 eggs straight away, that would be perfect. I didn't realize I needed more until I used up all 4 eggs, so go ahead and add 6. To make it nice and creamy and thick, we're going to add some milk. I had some Organic Valley milk on hand, so that's what I'm going to use, but you can use whatever milk you have. I added about half to 3/4 altogether in milk, and then for my seasoning of choice, I used adobo, because, I mean, it's adobo. Come on. Who doesn't use adobo? But yeah, that's what I had on hand. That's what I like to use, so I just added that. You can add whatever seasoning you like, just to your preference. To make your cups, we'll be using a cupcake pan. I have just a 12 cupcake pan, and I sprayed it with some olive oil. At the bottom, I'm adding some red onion, both colors of my bell peppers, and some corn and black beans, because we gotta salsa it up. So just add those to the pan and then throw our egg mixture on top. Bake it at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. I didn't realize how fast I sped up this feed, I'm sorry. But basically I just added some oil and fried up the onions and peppers, and that was it. I didn't add any seasoning or anything to it, just left it like that. For my ground turkey, I used a few chopped garlic and a 99% lean ground turkey. You can use whatever style turkey you like. For my seasoning of choice, I'm using some taco seasoning, some Old Bay seasoning, and some Mr. Stash Chipotle Southwest. The Chipotle Southwest add a little kick to it, so I really like that. I like a lot of seasoning, so just add whatever seasoning you like. I love flavor, so I'm gonna add all of that seasoning to make it all nice and gooey and nice and tasty. Just cook it up. Make sure it's no longer pink anymore. Try to break it up as much as you can into very tiny bits and pieces, and taste it to see how you like it. If you need to add more seasoning, add more seasoning. Mine was perfect. In the same pan, I'm going to be making my cilantro lime rice inspired. Instead, I used cauliflower. I wanted to reduce the amount of carbs in this meal prep. So I used rice cauliflower, and this one happened to have corn and peppers in it. You don't need that one. You can just get the plain one. For seasoning, I'm going to be using Mr. Stash Fiesta Lime. I just think it was perfect for this video. I'm going to be adding lamb juice. I think it's just perfect for the whole Mexican inspired meal prep. So I added that seasoning. It doesn't have any salt, so you really don't need any salt. All of that flavor from that alone is awesome. We're going to be using one whole lime. I have this little squeezy apparatus thingy. You don't need that. Just squeeze with your hands if you don't have it. But I used one whole lime and I added a handful of cilantro. The only thing I forgot to film here was the guacamole. So you can go ahead and make that. I used avocado, some corn. Oh, sorry, not corn. The peppers. What am I saying? I did the avocado. I used onion, tomatoes, lemon, lime, and cilantro. That is it. And I left it chunky. Also, I forgot to film this corn salsa. So the corn, I just added the same things. I added the corn, the onion, cilantro, tomatoes, and some lime juice. And that is my corn sauce. I did the same thing for the guacamole too. For my black beans, I kept it simple. Just added some cilantro. Because you want to make it Mexican, add cilantro. That's it. So our first meal, we'll be making a salad bowl. I'm going to be using spring mix. You can use whatever salad you like. And add whatever toppings you just made. So here I add the ground turkey, the black beans, corn salsa, the avocado, and the mixed peppers. And instead of salad dressing, I just used some thick and chunky salsa as my salad dressing. The second meal, which is a dinner meal actually, is a burrito bowl. I used that cauliflower rice that we made, some of that onions and peppers, corn salsa, black beans, ground turkey, and I cut up a few of those cherry tomatoes, just add it to the side. So whatever toppings you want to add from whatever you made, just add it. Nachos is a lunch idea I came up with. I just added some strip tortillas, added some ground turkey, black beans, corn salsa, guacamole, and some shredded cheese. You can add the liquid nacho cheese. That would make this so tasty, but I didn't have that and I wasn't going to go out and buy it, so that's what I use. For my taco also, I didn't have taco shells, so I made taco pockets. I had these on hand. I just ripped the top off and started packing it like a taco. I added ground turkey. I added some peppers and onions, some spring mix, some greens. But if you're going to be making this into a taco shell, you should probably cut those off very thinly or use some lettuce. And then top it off with some guacamole and shredded cheese. I just cut that in half and ate it like tacos. You can add some sour cream to this. I hate sour cream, so you're not going to see that in this video, but sour cream will be a good addition. For our breakfast option, here we have the breakfast cups. And after we take this out of the oven, you literally just take about 3 of them and plate it, and that is your breakfast. You can eat it with ketchup and hot sauce or whatever you like. So that's all the meals that I have. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and a few hair videos, mostly about hair and health. So I hope you guys click the notification, share, like, and I'll see you again in another video. Bye.